This morning, we hear in today's gospel a rather challenging moment or encounter of Jesus and Martha and Mary. And as we hear this familiar passage and moment, I would imagine many, maybe all of us, we feel for, we sympathize with Martha. After all, she's outwardly doing very good things. She's welcoming Jesus. She's engaged in the work of hospitality. And she's nervous and anxious that everything be done well and right. We sympathize because we too, in moments and times now, in our own lives, can have much anxiety, stress, an endless list of things to do. And we can see those, like Martha sees her sister Mary, those not helping us, and we can grow resentments, anger even, towards them. We can ask, though, what is it Jesus is not only saying to Martha, but saying to you and to me? You know, as she describes and shouts out, "Tell her to help me," Jesus says, no. You are anxious. It's true. You're worried about many things. True. But there's need of only one thing. To be with me, to follow me, to trust me. You know, in our own lives, it can be easy, it can be tempting to put aside, we can say in our mind, for a time, for this moment as I get this important work done, to put aside our prayer, to put aside our time with God. In many ways, to put aside our faith. This relationship, this intimacy with Jesus. And we can have good reasons. Like Martha has a good reason. She's doing the work of hospitality. But Jesus is challenging us to look to Mary. Of course, always look to his mother Mary, but in this case, to Martha's sister Mary, who sits at his feet and is with him. You know, we hear and we read all throughout the scriptures, all throughout the Gospels, Jesus inviting us not to be afraid. You know that the flowers don't worry about how they'll grow, the birds don't worry about what they'll eat, the creatures don't worry about where they'll live. And you are worth so much more. Do we know and do we recognize in every moment of our life he is with us? You know, do we allow the legitimate concerns and needs and cares of our life to become so consuming that we forget him, that we put him off to the side, that we ignore Jesus? And when we do, we know the fruit every single time. More anxiety, more stress, until we return to him. It doesn't magically make all our problems go away, but we realize what and who is most important. Jesus, eternal life. That everything we do in our life is ordered, or should be, to help us to love and to know and to be loved by him more, and to love our neighbor as ourselves, so that this life is one of preparation for eternal life, for heaven. And so the struggles and the needs and the cares of this world are important, but they're all directed to help us know Jesus more. That our faith isn't some ancillary part of our life. It's not something on the side. It's not just a temporary, on Sunday or or maybe a few moments each day, but it's who we are, our identity. And so we recognize that we're meant, we're challenged, we're created each day, each moment, to give time to Jesus. We will always have things to do. There will always be stresses and anxieties and concerns. But Jesus never leaves us. He never abandons us. He never ignores us, but is with you. And so make time each day. We come here together to pray here on Catholic television. Make time outside of this, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes each day to be with him, to tell him what concerns you, to tell him your anxieties, your fears, your hope, and let him speak to you and assure you that you are not alone, that you will never be overcome by your fears and anxieties, because nothing can overcome Jesus. He shows us on the cross that he's victorious, and he is utterly unafraid, and he's unafraid of you. So he invites us to be with him and to be unafraid, to give everything always to Jesus.